Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I designed and created this card, which is the first time that I've done the Make the Cards Challenge, which is a blog and Instagram that I follow on Instagram. And they send out different information, and this particular challenge was a 3-2-1 challenge. So it was 3 embellishments, 2 die cuts, and 1 stamped image. And of course that's 1 giant stamped image, but it's these card challenges generally are just to kind of get you thinking outside of your normal kind of design space in your head. And this really kind of did it for me. So I had a fun and almost difficult time at the end with the sequins, but I'll take you through it. Okay, so to get started on the Make the Cards Challenge number 14, I am going to start with an A2 card base. Now, I did grab 2 card bases because, of course, I like to, you know, start off with 2 just in case I make a mistake, because that's common. Now, or, you know, something that I'm not happy about, because there are no mistakes in crafting. But the Make the Cards Challenge, this is the first time that I'm joining this challenge, and this week the challenge is 3-2-1. So it is 3 embellishments, 2 die cuts, 1 stamped image. So I haven't gotten down to the embellishments yet. Likely there'll be sequins or some drops. But what I'm going to start with is this Bold Prints Hero Art Stamps, which is a floral with some leaves and flowers. And sorry about the glare. And then I thought for my 2 die cuts, I would use this teal glitter paper, which I love this color. I don't use a lot of loose glitter, even though I own a lot of loose glitter, but this is just glitter paper. And either this one, which especially now on top of a A2 card front looks, or card base looks giant. So probably this one. And so this on top of here, just to offset it, maybe with some dimension on top of this is the background. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my background onto the card bases. In order to do that, I'm going to tape them open because they're already cut, folded, and scored and folded. And I also don't want the stamped image to go above the top. I'm going to use the entire front of the card base. So I'm going to put some masking tape here. You'll see that in a second, just to kind of keep the ink from going off onto the back of the paper. Okay, now I have my large stamp on my largest block. And I'm going to go ahead and tape down the cardstock to my silicone mat. This is one of those craft mats that you can kind of wipe ink and paint and all the things off of, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to have the presence of mind to only stamp on the paper with a stamp this big. So I'm going to get some pieces of purple tape, and this will hold the paper still while also making sure I don't ink onto the back part of the stamp, or I'm sorry, the card. So probably if I had the thicker tape, it'd be easier, but this is what I've got. So just probably do 2 or 3. And like I said, I'm probably going to do 2 backgrounds or card bases. So I should be able to use this for 2 cards. Reuse the tape. Okay. My ink out of the way. I don't know that this has an orientation. Yeah, these leaves are all in the same direction. So I'm going to go ahead and do something like this. Here we go. I do have this bone folder. I also have a little scraper that I use sometimes to kind of get even pressure. Hoping that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and take it off and see how we did. It's okay. And if I put the die cut here, you probably wouldn't notice, but I'm not super excited about this. This I could cut off, but I think I'm just gonna do one more and see how that one turns out, and then see if I need to salvage this one. My favorite orientation of an A2 card is the opening it in this direction. So that this is the top, this is the bottom, and then you open it this direction, so that's the inside. See if having it at a different angle helps me stamp it a little bit better. Maybe I just couldn't see it very well. I'm gonna try again. Okay, fingers crossed. And all the way, and all the way. Hope I didn't wiggle it. We'll see. I've seen some people, like Jennifer McGuire, use an eraser on her stamp press, like a whiteboard eraser. It's probably something that I could do for big images like this, but let's take a look and see what it looks like. That is much better than the last one. Here's the last one. I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of this, but I might cut it up and color it in and use it as a background for something else. But this is the one that I'm going to use today. So I'm going to grab my inks and get to coloring, and then I'll be right back. Also, though, I'm about to clean this off. Okay, so you know how I made a big fuss about masking, taping this down and masking the backside when I stamped this image? Well, I realized I did alcohol marker, and of course it bleeds through the other side. So I'm just going to cut this off and mat it on top of another piece. I think I am just going to cut it and mat it on a regular card front because, or a card base. I don't want to mat it with a different color or add anything. This is pretty busy already. And I'm doing the card challenge, which didn't really talk about any extra layers or separate card bases or anything like that. So I am going to go ahead, get this detached, put it on a card base, get my layers on, and do my embellishments. I'm going to do this right on the inside of the score line. Maybe a little further in, because I'm going to match it around the other sides. All right. So here we go. I have the smallest amount of matte or white behind it. I'm going to go ahead and cut the tiniest bit off here. So less than 1/8 of an inch if possible, which I don't know if it's possible, but there we go. Try that. All right, if I can line it up like that, once I get the glue down, I think that'll be great. There's just like the tiniest amount on all of the sides of the backing card base. Make sure I have the right orientation. These leaves and these flowers are all facing in the same direction. All right. Again, I'm using art glitter glue, so I'll have like half a second really to kind of move this around, even it up. Once I set it down, it dries pretty quickly. This is the glue that I use for quilling because, you know, you don't have to kind of sit around and hold on to your little rolls of paper for a long time before you move on to the next one. There's that. All right, so not really sure where this should go. I still have this giant one. And maybe I put this giant one here and I just put the 3 dots like in this area. I still like this smaller one, and then you can see more of the background. Or do it like this. The card challenge is 2 die cuts. So this is a die cut, even if I cut it down more. Making things too complicated in my head now, so that's great. I always do that. Right, I'm gonna do it. Okay, kind of want it the same same in as out, the same length from here and here, which really doesn't matter, but that's what I was going for. And I'm going to glue this guy down, of course, hopefully without getting a ton of glitter everywhere. It is glitter paper, but it still tends to fall off at this point. Something like that. I hope it's straight-ish, because that's where it is now. That's where it lives. There we go. Oh no, it is not going to want to stay down. Try not to poke myself. Hold this thing down. Hopefully that'll stick. Nope, it is sticking, but only to my finger. I think it's because of the difference in the height. Down here. Trying to get this tool, the flat part at the back, into the flat part of the sequins to push it down. That seems to be working. Hope it stays. 2 more. No, no one wants to stay. Do I need like a ton of glue maybe? I don't know. Maybe I need a tiny glue dot. That might be what I have to do. Oh, looks like it's staying though. So if these don't hold, or if they end up popping off, which they may, I have some of those tiny micro glue dots that I can put back there. And last one. I think I made that way more difficult than it needed to be. Press this one down here. Get the flat side back in the flat side of the sequins. Smash it down. All right. So there it is, a little blingy, a little busy, a little bunch of leaves that I left white, which I kind of like the look of now that I look at it. And that is the first time I've done the Make the Cards challenge. This was really fun. So I will link their website, blog below. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.